with me on this topic is LaDonna Stanoshek, the chairman of the LWML Structure Committee. You have to wait until the actual punchline. And the newly elected Nebraska North District President. Thanks, LaDonna. Thanks, LaDonna. So, one of the questions that you ask ourselves, what can we do to get more women involved? Maybe you should ask yourself, how did you get involved? How did you get involved? Did someone ask you to come to an LWML event? Did you see an event in the bulletin or newsletter and thought you would like to see what it's all about? Many of us probably got involved because we were personally asked to attend an LWML event from someone who loves LWML. You can also be that one who invites others to attend. To do this effectively, you need to be prepared to tell about your LWML story. One way to understand why you are involved with LWML. So we have the What's Your Why handout. That sounds familiar, right? Betty and Carol kind of stole the thunder and asked the same question in their presentation. And it should have gotten you started to get you thinking. So go ahead and pull it out of your folder. It looks like this. It's probably the 4th piece of paper in the back, on the back. It could be the 5th, I did not count. On the right side. The first 2 questions are all about you and your involvement in LWML. Why am I involved in the Lutheran Women's Missionary League? What is the most exciting part of being a Lutheran woman in mission? Why don't you take 5 minutes to write down the answers to the first 2 questions? And pastors, what is the exciting part about being part of this organization? At your table, spend a few minutes to share your answers to these questions. When you shared, did you hear the enthusiasm in people's voices on how they got involved and what was the most exciting part? I hope you did, and I think that's what other women who don't know about LWML need to know. So I encourage you to fill out the rest of the form when you get home and read the information at the end. So, LaDonna.
Thank you, Mary. Having just been recently elected to the district president of Nebraska North, I recently spent some time with 8 past Nebraska North presidents, and I asked them this very same question as we had coffee. What is your why? Why are you in LWML? Many of them said their mothers or grandmothers always were involved in LWML, and they grew up watching them. One said as a small child, she just attended meetings with her mom, hung out with all those ladies. So were all these past district presidents just following tradition? Was it just something that you were expected to do, join LWML? But from the excitement in their voices, you could tell it wasn't something they had to do. They did it, they stayed involved because they loved it. They spoke of the wonderful Bible studies, great friendships made, and how amazing the results of all those little mites when they were gathered together. But they also spoke of feeling overwhelmed sometimes when right after they joined, they were asked to be an officer or a committee chairman, and they felt obligated, although they didn't really feel prepared to do it. But nowadays, the ways of the past don't always work. Young women don't always follow the traditions of their mothers and grandfathers. They are so very busy, and they may not know what LWML really is all about. Maybe because someone never told them. Maybe because they were confused by how we purple ladies talk. Have you thought about how you invite someone to an LWML event? I would like you to listen to someone's experience when they were invited to an LWML event. Ring, ring. Hey, hi sis, how are you? Hey, so I had sort of a weird experience today at church. I want to talk to you about it and get your opinion. You know, we're going over to that new Lutheran church, right? So I'm still getting to know everyone and figure it all out, right? Well, it's some kind of special Sunday today, and this really sweet lady came up to me and invited me to something that I can't figure out what it means. And get this, they were all dressed in purple. Actually, a whole bunch of the ladies were wearing purple. It's like I missed the memo somehow, anyway. One of them even had purple streaks in her hair, and she was older than Mom. Yeah, I know. Anyway, she was talking kind of fast, and I didn't really get all of it. She wanted me to come to something that she called Zone Rally. Yeah. What do you think that is? I mean, you don't think it has something to do with football, do you? You know, I can't stand football. Well, you know, end zone, pep rally, zone rally, yeah, I'm not sure what a church would be doing with a women's football team either. I'm not sure. Well, she said it was for something called, let me see, LMNOP. Let me think. L double something L. Yeah, that's it. No, well, I think. I definitely remember there was something double in there, right? No clue what it stands for. Yeah. Anyway, she said it's coming up on Saturday, and there would be a short business meeting, and they would have food and a speaker. I like the food part. But what do I want to go to a business meeting for on a Saturday? I have plenty of that all week long. Then this part really got me confused. She said they're collecting mites. I don't even know where to start with that one. I mean, aren't mites like little teeny bitty bugs? Why would you need to raise those? I mean, bugs seem to get along just fine without our help. And what does that even have to do with Jesus? Yeah, I must have got that wrong somehow, right? Yeah. Well, I guess I'll go. I mean, there's lunch, so. And I do think the ladies are friendly. I want to get to know them better. I bet there must be some stuff I misunderstood or something. You don't think that's a bad idea, do you? No. Hey, would you be able to come with me? I guess if it's all a little too weird for us, we could sneak out the back, right? Okay, thanks, sis. I really appreciate it. See you Saturday. At your table, you will now have 10 minutes to discuss what you heard with these questions. While it might feel familiar to many of us, LWML has its own unique culture and can feel foreign to outsiders. What are some things this woman, who just got invited, found confusing in her interaction? Are there other examples of jargon, acronyms, slang, or titles which you can imagine might cause some confusion? What are some ways this invitation might have been a little clearer to this LWML event? You have 10 minutes.
So from this session, you have thought about your LWML personal story and how your enthusiasm in your story can assist inviting others to be part of the LWML journey. You also heard that you can't assume everyone knows what LWML is all about because times have changed. Remember when inviting somebody, take a moment to think about how you would invite someone to an LWML event. The two resources that we've used during this session can be found on the LWML website, so take advantage of it. The first one is What's Your Why, and it's under the group resources. And the second one is a new resource, LWML Culture Monologue, written by Heidi Norton from the Rocky Mountains District. And she's here today. And I went to her, letting her know that I was going to give her credit. She goes, I was so surprised that you used it. So apparently she probably went through being invited to an LWML event. So anyways, so thank you very much.